Yeah, jabronis, there's a Verd back with you again. Welcome here to week 1 of Red, or R-E-D. Don't really know how people pronounce it, I just pronounce it Red. Seems a bit easier. We have just received a challenge from Psychedelic Sizzle for our week 1 game. I'm going to just pull this up quickly so you can see. This is the team we are using. I'm going to show the matchup very quickly and then we're going to jump into the game. Doing this kind of like Cheese Boy does his games, I suppose, because this league, I'm not taking it overly seriously. I drafted a fun team, and I just want to, show off some cool sets. So, Lucha here for the I'm playing Psychedelic Sizzle, good friend of mine. He's running a NU league, which I'm a part of. Really cool guy. So, Lucha with this set can basically sweep his entire team. I have Dreadplate Fling for his Mew. It does 73% min to max defensive, so bit of chip on Mew, and I basically can just send this thing in, fling, and win. Fling can also be used against the Golbat though as well if I have to chip that thing down and open up Acrobatics plus Drain Punch to kind of win me the game against this team. It's very Holucha weak, and the things that check Holucha I have ways around. Gligar is the primary check to things like Excadrill and Zard. Running Brick Break because of Magnet Rise, and then just Rocks because they're Rocks. I really wanted to run for Sard, for Willow Zard, but it's whatever. I have Coolfish as well, so it's all good. Got Mixed Attack and Gren with E-Belt because like this move coverage just wipes his entire team out. Gunk Shot's there for Go-Goat and Aromatisse. Extra Sensory's there for the Keldeo. And then Dual Stab just really does the number on his team. It's really good. He doesn't have a lot of switch-ins for this. It's great. 4 attack Mawile because again the switch-ins are very lacking. Facade for a Will-O-Wisp Mew or potentially a Will-O-Wisp Zard X. Basically I can just kind of fire off knockoffs pretty freely against his team as well, which is nice, and Sucker is just there for later in the game against things like Sandrill and whatnot if I need them. Running Ferium Z Persian. Basic play here is that I feel like one of his better checks to Persian is either Keldeo or he either goes Keldeo or he goes into Titar and Ferium bops both of them. If he goes into Aromatisse, it's a free parting shot into Mawile, so I don't really lose anything from that. So it's pretty nice in that regard. And then nice just dual water attacking Quillfish, kind of designed here to come in against Keldeo if need be, as well as potentially dealing with Zard, but it can also just punch through his team quite hard. No real way to hit Helio, but I mean I have Gligar in the back for that. I mean I probably should run some way to hit Heliolisk on the set. I just like Liquidation over Poison Jab for Golbat, but at the same time against Golbat I can just go into Mawile, so for the sake of Heliolisk, I'll chuck on Poison Jab just in case I need it. Helio is something I could see him bringing, but I don't really know. So he's set the challenge, I'm going to accept the challenge. And we're in, as he does bring Helio. I'm going to give the old good luck, have fun, because I'm a nice guy. Right, so he brings basically everything I expected. No Keldeo is interesting. I would expect maybe Keldeo over the Go-Goat. What else did he not bring? Golbat is not being brought. That's really nice for me, actually. That opens up the door for Holucha to really just clean him up in this game. No Zard is also good. A bit less pressure in that regard. Gren looks really strong. I'm going to be careful about Helio, though. I didn't really bring a great out-and-out check. I think my best lead in this matchup, though, is my Alolan Persian, because against his entire team, it has a really good matchup. And if he leads Titar, I could just go straight for the Z move and just chip it down. There's a lot of plays there. I feel pretty confident in my ability here. I didn't bring like the best team. Like I said, I'm having a bit of fun here, but I think Persian is going to be my best lead in this matchup, because if he leads Mew, then I can obviously just knock off, which is great. If he leads Drill, I can just knock off, Titar knock off. I probably knock off knowing he's going to go for Rocks anyway. It doesn't bother me. I knock off into Z move, probably in that regard. Potentially, we'll see. And then Go-Go just everything just gets knocked off, barring the Aromatisse, which I would most likely parting shot out against to get into either my Coolfish to start getting up T-Spikes, or I would just go out to Mawile, because Mawile looks really free if I can bring it in against if I can bring Mawile in against Aromatisse, it's really, really free. So leading Persian is ideal for me, I think, in this matchup. I'm just going to double check what internet I'm on right now. I can't change internet connections. If I DC, then I'll change internet connections. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, he leads Helio, which is fine. I do outspeed this with Persian, so I can freely just go for a knockoff, I think. Getting rid of this thing's item is going to be really important in this matchup. Persian's health is not super important. It just has the fur coat, so I think knockoff is my play. If he goes into Romatisse, like I said, free switch into Morwile is pretty good. So he's revealing Scarf, and he gets a crit, which sucks. Okay. Cool. Good start. Good start. That's huge. I'm pretty confident my Persian could have taken one of those. Let's find out. He's not choice specs, so I'm pretty confident I could have taken one of those without a crit. Yeah, 100%. We'll just go into Morwile. We know that he's scarfed, so that's good information at least. I can just Mega Evolve and knock off really freely against his team. He doesn't have a switch in for knockoff Morwile, so that sucks a lot. He actually goes into Drill, which I find super surprising, but it is what it is. I'm just going to knock and get a crit, so all's well that ends well. He's Rocky Helmet. What the fuck? Okay. Alright, Rocky Helmet Drill. Each to their own. My contemplation is whether he's going to go for Rocks or EQ, because I could just Sucker and knock him out. I think he's going to go for Rocks though, so I just want to go into my Gligar and get my own Rocks up. That crit does suck on his Drill, but it's not as big as the knock, like getting crit and kill, because if I knocked off the Scarf, then Gren outspent everything on his team. I kind of want to Sucker this turn, and if he goes for Rocks, then I'll double into Gligar the next turn. He does go for Rocks, that's fair enough. That's cool. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. So I've revealed Sucker, he knows that I have it. I have no reason not to click Sucker again if he wants to swap out, so be it. I don't think he has any kind of recovery move. I'm just going to keep spamming Sucker. Yeah, and just knock out the Drill. Cool. So Drill got up Rocks and now it's dead. That's pretty nice for me. He doesn't have like a straight switch in here. Like maybe Helio, but I'm pretty confident I can take a T-Bolt. If he goes into Mew, I'm just going to click Knockoff. That's a no-brainer. Like I said, 4-star Morwile is just really good here. So he got rid of his Drill, which means he has no way to spin. Which means my Qwilfish can quite easily set up 2 layers of T-Spikes against the Romatisse, which is fantastic. That's going to be really hard for his team to deal with, actually. Which is so good. But, oh, losing Persian suck, because Knockoff actually would have maybe outspeed the Helio on that next turn as well. That would have been huge. That would have been so huge. That's really, really frustrating. Because then I could have potentially gone for a parting shot and gained some momentum into like Gligar, because then he would have had Manasor special attack. Oh, alright. So off to a pretty poor start. Like we do get the first kill, which is nice. Well, no, we got the second kill because I've got crit code 1. But yeah, we get it's 5 and 5. I'm feeling okay with my positioning right now because Morwile does threaten the vast majority of his team. I have to expect Mew to be the thing that's about to come in. He actually chooses Tita with Unnerve, which is interesting. Now my Morwile is packing 173 speed, and I'm trying to remember if that was to creep an Adamant Tyranitar. It could be. Jolly Tita, can you actually kill me though is the question. So, let me type in my Morwile spread. Did it come up as... Oh no, it is Jimmy Hart. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's remove the Intimidate for a second. So, EQ from Tita, if he is Jolly, max attack does 81.6 max. If he's Adamant, EQ can do 89.1 max. There's a good chance I actually live any hit he throws at me. And I'm pretty confident because I have huge power that Play Rough's just going to knock him out. So, in this scenario, I think I'm just going to Play Rough. If he does kill me with EQ, I have to assume maybe like a banded variant of some sort. But even then, I could potentially go into Lucha and just SD up in its face, because then if Mew comes in, I can obviously pressure that. Or I can go to Gligar. So I'm just going to Play Rough here. As he tries to pursue, I'm just going to knock out his Tita. Awesome. So I guess he expected me to over-predict there, but I have no reason to. My Mawile is literally designed to come in and kill things. So his Sandcore is dead, which is great. Greninja's looking very nice, although there's a Scarf Heliolisk that shouldn't have a Scarf right now. I think not being able to knock off that Heliolisk Scarf might lose me the game. I'm not too sure. All I really need now is Chip on the Mew, and I think I can win with Hawlucha anyway. Because I can SD up on Go-Go. I'm really confused by the Pursuit play. I guess he just wanted Chip on Mawile, and he really didn't expect me to risk it, but in that scenario for me it was pretty free. Like I didn't really lose anything by risking it. We know this is a Choice Scarf Heliolisk. I'm going to double out to Gligar for two reasons. One, if he reveals it, he goes for Hyper Voice, and is able to knock out my Gligar. Mawile comes back in for free and gets a kill. And two, I think he just clicks an Electric move, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, I mean, I can look at it right now. Can Helio even knock out my Mawile from here? Let's see. Choice Scarf Heliolisk. Thunderbolt does 50.9 to 60.6. Unless he's a modest Heliolisk. Modest Thunderbolt does 66.2 max. Like, that's another roll in my favor to live. So part of me just wants to stay in because it's a roll to kill me. And even if he gets the Thunderbolt roll, I go into Gligar and get my rocks up for free. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Oh, I went to the wrong tab. And like, Player Off just knocks this thing. I mean, Sucker Punch Hell is a fucking roll. I can just go for that. I mean, I might as well Sucker Punch because if he knocks me out, then I at least leave the Helio low enough to where I can just send in my Gligar and get up rocks and kill him. So I'm just going to Sucker here. He lives. T-Bolt means I live, so that's great. So Helio's dead. I die to rocks at this point. So yeah, that was the play because now if he tries to preserve Helio, I can get up rocks with Gligar and kill it. I'm going to click Knock Off this turn because if he tries to double out and make a play, I can punish him. And if he tries to stay in an attack, I can send in Gligar and get up rocks, and Helio's dead. So I'm going to Knock Off. Yep, he goes into Go-Go. Perfect. And we get a fat crit on the Go-Go. That's pretty lit. Yikes. So I'm pretty sure I outspeed the Go-Go. At this point, I lose nothing from clicking Play Rough because if he wants to heal, I knock him out. And if he kills me, then I can potentially just go into Lucha and do Lucha stuff. Because at this point too, like, I have so many plays. I can just go into Quillfish as well. And just T-Spike it up. Because then if he goes into Helio, I can play around that so easily. So I'm just going to Play Rough here. And I actually outspeed Go-Go, so it's dead. Mawile now has so many kills. This is insane, dude. Helio can't come in. Aromatisse is outsped, so you can only go into Mew. This is crazy. What has just happened? I just click Sucker Punch because I can chip it into range of Hawlucha. And I also potentially burn the Colbur Berry, which allows Gren to just come in straight afterwards and click Dark Pulse. This is crazy how this game's gone. I'm clicking Sucker Punch. Oh yeah, it's Vacuum Wave. That's cool. That's a cool tech. What on my team was Vacuum Wave for? Wait, what? Gren? Maybe? I guess. I just go Gren now because I'm E-Belt Dark Pulse, and if he goes into Aromatisse, I just play around that. Well, I mean, if he goes into Aromatisse, I go hard into Quillfish and get up my T-Spike, and that's cool. So yeah, I go Gren, I click Dark Pulse. If he goes Aromatisse, I go hard Quillfish and get up my T-Spike, and then Heliolisk is dead. Like, yeah. Vacuum Wave Mew. Okay. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, well, I respect it. I respect it. It's a cool tech, man. It's a cool tech. Yeah, I'm going to Dark Pulse here because if it also burns a Colbur Berry, then I basically put him into range of Fling. Potentially. Well, Fling without any boosts does like 36, I think, to max defensive, but I feel like he's not defensive. I feel like if he has Vacuum Wave, he's like Nasty Plot, 3 attack. Which makes sense. So he brought Rocky Helmet Drill as the Coco counter. Interesting. I figured he'd bring some kind of defensive drill to this matchup. That's why I didn't bring Coco. But we're in a good spot here. I can freely just click the Expert Belt Dark Pulse. If he stays in, I don't think it's going to kill, but it'll do a shit ton. Like that. As he's going to T-Bolt and knock me out. But at this point, I think I can just go into my Hawlucha. Yeah, just go into Lucha and click Fling. Because it knocks that out, and then because I haven't burden, I outspeed Helio, and if he goes into Aromatisse, I can just go into Coolfish and get up T-Spikes and win. Because, yeah, pretty sure that just wins me the game. So I'm just going to go into Hawlucha here. And we just click Fling, because he has to stay in. He has to respect the Hawlucha. He has to stay in, right? Well, that's my thing, too. If I've seen Vacuum Wave and Thunderbolt, yeah, I have to Fling. Like, he's obviously an offensive Mew to be able to knock out my Gren, by the way, because I am hasty. But I'm going to Fling here with Lucha, because I don't think he risks. He does end up just going into Helio. Cool. So I throw my Dread Play, he dies. He'll probably just go into Aromatisse. Out of curiosity, how much is Aromatisse going to do to my Hawlucha? I assume Moonblast has a good amount, but I just want to see, with no special attack investment, how much you're meant to be doing. Oh, plenty. Okay, good to know. So Aromatisse comes in, I have no reason to risk Lucha. When from here I can knock out Mew. So I'm just going to go into my Coolfish here and get up T-Spikes. He's just going to Moonblast, does a decent chunk. Nothing crazy. Do I want T-Spikes? Really? I can just Poison Jab. Jab's pretty safe, I guess. I mean, I kind of want to Taunt this turn. Maybe. Because EQ Gligar wins? I don't know. Moonblast did a lot there to my Coolfish, as far as I'm aware. So he could be offensive, judging on that damage. Was that modest? Nah. Maybe I need a Poison Jab here. Because Jab from Adamant Coolfish might put him in range of, like, Gligar Lucha. See, I'm just going to P-Jab. Get off a shit ton. I don't catch the poison. He hidden powers. Doesn't kill me. That's great. So I'm pretty sure I wrap up the game here because I think that I'll be able to knock out Mew with a... Yeah, I should be able to wrap this game up now. I just P-Jab again. Knocks out Aromatisse. He's going to Protect to try and live another one. Okay. Fair enough. It could be a roll. Even if it is a roll, I think Lucha just wins. So I'm just going to P-Jab again. Yeah, I just P-Jab. It knocks out Aromatisse. Even if it doesn't and he kills me, then I just go into Lucha and it's fine. And if he goes for Trick Room, then that's also fine. Because he's running a super effective hidden power, so it could be like HP Ground. So yeah, I just Poison Jab here for free. He can't go into Mew because it'll die. And the question will be then also with Mew if Aqua Jet can kill it. If he's max HP, I won't be able to, but I can calc from when I, yeah, I can calc another thing, potentially. So he's going to go into Mew, and then all I just do is spam Poison Jab, because at this range he dies to Acro. Yeah. I just spam P-Jab. What the hell was that? Okay. I just spam P-Jab because it prevents a setup. If he has Roost, so be it. I don't think he does. I just spam P-Jab because he's in range of Lucha going for Acro. And we should be able to wrap up the game with that. Groovy. I think we have the game. So, if he Roosts, I just keep spamming P-Jab because P-Jab should do a good amount. It's saying not that much to this Mew because that's like a super bulky variant. He does just T-Bolt, which is cool. And Lucha's just going to come in and clean up the game. So we just click Acro, and that's going to do it. Pretty sure Acro from Lucha will just knock this Mew straight out. Because it's Adamant Acrobatics, so I'd have to assume that it's going to knock a Mew out right now. Don't see any reason why I wouldn't. We definitely outspeed. We hit 329. So yeah, we definitely outspeed this thing and knock it out. So it's GG. Nice, we start our season off with a 2-0 win. Obviously there was a bit of hacks both ways. Persian getting crit turn 1 sucked because then I couldn't knock off Helio's Choice Scarf, which would have been huge in this matchup because it also would have put the Helio into Sucker Punch range from Mawile, which was massive here. Like, Mawile put in so much work. Especially, like, if the Helio's item had been knocked off, Mawile might have just, like, almost 6-0'd him because He could have knocked off the Mew and then a shit ton there. And with Helio, like Sucker Punch killed, Aromatisse just died to Iron Head. Go-Go just got like knocked off into Player Raft. Like, I don't know. It was very unfortunate, but I also did get some unfortunate crits. Obviously, Morwile critting the knockoff on Drill put it into Sucker Punch range. I don't know how much that mattered, judging on how the knockoff did 73 with a crit. And then Sucker Punch on top of that. Like, how big those rolls would have been. Because if knockoff is doing that much, then I think Sucker Punch still would have killed regardless. But maybe that's just me. And then I also did get a crit, I think, with knockoff on the Go-Go, on the Berry. Which kind of sucked, but then it also turned out that I outsped, so it didn't suck, because even without the crit, knockoff into Player Off did knock that thing out too. So all my hacks didn't really matter at all in the long run, because I think Morwile's consequential moves after that would have killed. But we also did get lucky living on 1 against the Helio, but then again, that was in our favour to live on that turn, so it is what it is. We start the season off well, we get a nice W. This one will be very laid back, I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just enjoying this, building teams and just kind of bringing fun sets. As you saw, like the Fling Holucha didn't really do too much, but it ended up getting the job done when I needed it to, so that was good. I'm really surprised he switched out. I could have SD'd him, potentially won, I don't know, but regardless, that's going to do it for me. My name's Avern, and I'm out of this bitch. Where is my thingy? Why is it? Come back. Where are you? Oh, you're down here. Haha.